How's it going, everyone? This isn't going to be your typical install video where I'm going to be showing you how to do everything. I will definitely cover some stuff with my camera, but at the end of the day, I didn't really have anyone to film me. But this video is really going to help because it's super detailed on everything you need and how to do it, because honestly, I had a lot of difficulty figuring everything out, and there was no YouTube videos on how to do the Evo Manufacturing third brake light housing kit for the third gen Tacoma. The wiring was an issue, but I got it all figured out. So that way you guys don't have to go through what I did. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you everything step by step that you need to do. First things first, you're gonna need a nutsert tool. It's gonna come already with the nutserts that you need included. Make sure your nutsert tool is non-metric. I got a metric one, so I had to end up using M4 nutserts and M4 bolts, which is not an issue. You could do that as well. And then, so you're gonna need that because you have to punch your own holes. You're gonna need a drill. I think it's the drill size that you're gonna need for this install is going to be a 1964. Yeah, that's the size drill bit you're gonna need for this. Obviously a drill. You're gonna need some sealant, like a silicone sealant to put when you're done, kind of like a weather seal. You use your finger to clean it up. That way no water will seep in to your third brake light into your truck. You do not want that, so you need that as well. I just ended up using this. It looks like and I got the color black, of course, so it flows with the truck. It's like some door sealant, window sealant, all purpose, so gets the job done. You don't want any water going in your truck. So you need that. One thing you will need to do is you will have to extend the wire that it comes with, because the wiring harness is not that long. So if you have the battery in the bed of your truck, that's another thing. But my battery's all the way in the front, and I don't have one of those S-Pod bullshit, whatever it is. So I have to wire it all the way to the back, which I'll show you, but you're gonna have to cut the wire. And what I mean by that is this is just one S2 light in your third brake light kit. So you have your S2, and the wiring harness comes with two split attachments for two S2s. You're gonna cut one of them, tape it off, and you're gonna use that wire to extend the other S2 wire and make it like one solid wire. So a lot of wiring here, you're gonna have to cut it, splice it together, so that way you have one really long wire, and then that'll run all the way under your floorboards, so I'll show you in the video, all the way to the back, into the ceiling liner, to your third brake light kit. Is it worth it once it's all done? Yes, it looks sick. And at the end of the day, having a chase light in dusty conditions is better than getting rear-ended off-roading. So this is 100% a must-do mod if you're off-roading a lot. And if you camp a lot, it comes with like red lights as your cargo light. So when you turn that on, it's really bright. And obviously on-road driving, your brake light is really bright. So it's like flashing red, it's crazy. I didn't put the strobe feature on here because I was just too lazy. I just needed a light ASAP, so I just tossed it on. I don't really care, as long as there's a light back there when I'm off-roading, which is the amber spot pattern I have on the S2 Pro. Everyone will be able to see that, so that's all I care about. But a strobe obviously is better, but I just didn't put it in. I didn't really care. And but yeah, so I'm gonna put some clips together right now and pretty much show you how to do this thing. Right now, I'm just gonna start here, which is kind of like in the middle of the process of wiring, but pretty easy. You got your positive, your negative, your relay, everything is wired up through the firewall. For those of you who do not know where your firewall is, approaching the truck, trying to make this as simple as possible because you should know where this is. It's right, if I get this on camera. I'm trying to focus. This is not focusing, but you see that rubber seal these wires are going into? That's your firewall. So that's where the wire's gonna go in from. Look at this madness right here. A lot of wire guys are probably freaking out looking at this. Keep freaking out, stay angry. I'm old school, I don't care. Once you have the wire through the firewall, you can run the switch wire through here, up here, and you're gonna have to pop these panels out to run the wire that goes to the light under here. And this all pops out, they're all clips. So one wire is gonna travel up here. I'm gonna change this, like I said, temporary. And the other wire is gonna go down through here. And this is gonna go directly to the light. To do this, the way that I'm doing it, you're gonna need to extend the light wire. If you have the S2 kit, it comes with two extensions, so usually you go to two S2s. You can cut one off and use it as an extension and create more wire. If you need any other help with wiring questions, just DM me and I can explain it a little bit better. But this is more of a video on how to do the actual kit install of the housing for the third brake light. Yeah, I'm gonna be running it through here, going under here, and then I popped out these two little pins up here. You have to take this whole contraption apart. These were in here, and you squeeze them out like this to get them out, and that was holding this, and then that releases the ceiling liner. So we're gonna have to do that, and then we'll continue on. All right, had to reset the camera because I forgot to mention one thing you'll need for this video, and that is an extended 10mm socket. The reason you'll need an extended one is because your OEM third brake light is going to be sitting there, right? When you're in the carpet liner, right? Let's pretend this is a carpet liner. There's going to be like two holes, and they're going to line up with these two. You see that? There's two screws right here. And there's going to be a 10mm socket all the way at the end. So when you're reaching through, you're going to need an extended one to reach all the way in. Now, all you need to do when you have the wrench is just break it open. Just loosen the nut, and the rest, use your finger to loosen the rest of it, because if you just sit there with a socket, it honestly is extremely uncomfortable and it's going to take more time. Just once you feel the nut is loose, remove the socket and the wrench and just use your finger until it rolls off. The bolt will probably fall down. No big deal. There's a little compartment there. You'll be able to grab it later. So screw it all the way off on both sides, and then your third brake light will pop off. This is a little bit out of order, but that's pretty much how you take the third brake light off. So remember, extended 10mm socket will be required for this. All right, so we have the third brake light housing there. Now the instructions say to use a marker to line up, because you're gonna have to be drilling your own holes into here, and then we're gonna use the rivet punch to punch through and create our own rivets. Now, it says to use a marker. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a smaller drill bit to get more of a precise. I tried the marker, but I was kind of moving around. So you're gonna have to position this the way you want it, as even as possible. And I'll grab a small drill bit, kind of drill a small hole. That way everything measures up evenly. And that way you mark where you're gonna be using the actual drill bit, which I believe is a 1964 size, I wanna say. So yeah, we're gonna do that now. All right, so let me get a little detailed here and show you how to use this nutsert tool. I'm using it on a piece of metal, kind of to demonstrate what it actually does for those who do not know. This is your nutsert, and when you punch or drill the hole in your truck, this is gonna go into that hole that you drill, like that, right? But before we do that, you have your hole drilled on your truck. You're gonna grab your nutsert tool like this, right? This is gonna screw apart. I'm going to put the size, which is an M4 for an M4 nutsert, which uses an M4 bolt. The one that comes with the kit's not an M4. This is just an example of how this tool works. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this into here. This nutsert tool is the brand, I don't know if you can see, I can't even say that, whatever, but it works great. So definitely a good recommended brand. Got this on Amazon for like 50 bucks. So that's locked in there. I'm gonna put the extension piece right here. So once that's there, put the top piece to close it off. Hopefully the focus works. You can see when I open it, it goes up. When I close it, it twists and it goes down. So what this does, you're gonna actually open it up, and then you're gonna grab the nutsert and screw it all the way with this being open. You're gonna screw it all the way until you can't go no more, right? So it's open. So what I'm doing is when I'm closing this, when it's in the hole, it's gonna compress this portion and it's gonna lock it in there. So right now, I'm gonna show you how it works. So you see how it's straight right now? I'm gonna put it in this hole. Hopefully it stays still. And I don't have 3 hands here, so I'm just gonna close this. And you can see it compressing right now. So you can see it compressing. I'm gonna do this one more time. So I'm gonna open it up to make sure this is really tight. Now you can see I have that gap right there. So I'm gonna twist it some more. So I'm gonna actually pick this up. So I opened it up again. We're still inside of here. So we're gonna twist it some more. All right, so I'm locked in here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going, 'close it 1 more time. And You can see how it flattened that part, and now this nutsert is stuck in here. All right, so you can see that's the front. That's what the outside would look like, and on the inside, you can see how it flattened out and it's secure. So you can go ahead and screw a nut into that, and it will stay. So I had all those holes drilled, and then I inserted with the nutsert tool, these rivets. I punched them in after I drilled. And yeah, so now I have access to bolt these in, but now I gotta wire this together. And sorry, these are like the worst instructions ever. I don't even know if I want to post this video. But anyways, you can see it tells you what wire to wire to. All right, to clear things up, the yellow wire goes into the red wire. The blue wire goes to the green. The black wire goes to the white and black wire there. That's just common sense terminology. Your ground, running light, brake light, signal. That's how you're gonna wire these. So you can see it here clearly. There it is. And then of course the S2 wire is gonna go into the S2 connector right there. All right, as you can see, there's a plastic wrapping on here. That's because I finished this last night and I had to put the silicone sealant around it. And the weather was very moist and kind of light rain, but I didn't want it to mess with the drying process. So I just covered it with a bag, that way it's sealed off. And now I'm gonna be taking it off so you can see what it looks like installed and a couple more tips now that it's complete. All right, so the wrapping is off. You can see I ran into some issues, but you're not gonna run into these issues. I did, because I kind of messed up when I put the nutsert in. I put it at a weird angle and I damaged it, and I had to use another nutsert with a different size bolt because I was rushing it and I'm impatient. So I have just two different styles of bolts here, so just ignore that. But this thing's secure. I'm probably gonna do one more silicone seal around here because I feel like I need more. Other than that, this thing's installed. And it's just been raining every day, so it's been kind of difficult to put the silicone sealant on here and let it dry properly in dry conditions, but I'm gonna put some more after I'm done with this video. All right, this is my doors open right now. As you can see, the cargo light's on. The switch works, the braking works. I already tested all that. Ignore this wiring job. My truck's also extremely dirty right now. It's just temporary, but you can see the S2 spot and the amber, so I'll have no issues using this as a chase light and using this at night. It's gonna be really awesome. It's gonna be our first time having like a rear third brake light with a Baja design, so I'm curious to see how it looks at night in the rear. But it's gonna be great for camping too, as I camp a lot when I'm out there, so it's nice having a really bright setup back here. And the red honestly looks sick, so if I turn on the S2 at night using the red light, it's gonna be kind of like apocalyptic mode going on back here. Camera doesn't do justice. It's extremely bright, and most importantly, I'm looking forward to driving this on the road because people will be able to see me now when I brake. Not that my taillights aren't bright, they're just OEM, but this is really bright. So people will definitely see when I'm hitting my brakes. So it's just a nice thing to have if you want to take care of your car. You don't want someone to rear end you. Yeah, these things are on. Very impressed with this. Evil Manufacturing, I think Dirt Cartel. I'm not sure if they make the housing. I don't know, the instructions had both of their names on there, but absolutely sick housing, and most importantly, it looks cool. I went ahead and actually applied another silicone sealant, another coating of it on top of there. I use a heat gun to kind of speed up the process of the drying because it's so freaking moist outside. So they even have a towel there to kind of block off the water on my roof. So it's as dry as possible right now in there. I'm gonna leave it in the garage to dry, and I'm also gonna tape it up one more time for another night. That way no moisture gets in there. It's gonna be completely sealed off because you do not want any leaks, because the water does completely flow right into that third brake light. It's almost like a water slide. It's a really poor design because the water can just seep in if you do have a leak. So make sure that is 100% sealed and those bolts are tight. The Evil Manufacturing housing already comes with a rubber weather seal going around, but still put the silicone seal on top of that, kind of like a double guard. That way you don't have to run into any problems in the future and have water inside of your truck. Nobody wants that. Yeah, this all set, looks great, and I'm impressed with this product. Next time I'm gonna be using this is gonna be when I'm off-roading. Thanks for tuning in, subscribe, It means a lot. I appreciate all the support. I like where this channel's going. I want to continue making videos and kind of take this thing and see where it goes.